Hurricane Maria is gaining strength and headed towards the Dominican Republic. Plus, new kits are now on board fire engines in Chattanooga aimed at helping people who have trouble communicating. We'll explain how they work and how the program is getting national attention.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News live at 5:30. Coverage you can count on.
Thanks for being with us. I'm Greg Glover.
And I'm Cindy Sexton in for Latrice Curry. Just about an hour ago, Hurricane Maria was upgraded to a Category 4 hurricane. Puerto Rico is now under a hurricane warning.
A place where many are still recovering from Irma, it is. Earlier today, many stocked up on water, batteries, and generators. That caused Puerto Rico to impose a rationing of basic supplies, including water and baby formula, as Maria approaches. Officials said the rationing is necessary to ensure everyone has access to the basics.
And that is just Hurricane Maria. Meteorologist Brittany Beggs is in for Paul Barris today. She's tracking other storms, Jose and Lee as well.
She's in for Paul Barris tonight. She joins us live from the Storm Alert Center. Brittany.
Good evening, Greg and Cindy. Yeah, 3 systems here. Jose still a Cat 1. In fact, over the past 24 hours, max sustained winds have gone from 80 miles an hour to 75. So a little bit of weakening as far as Jose goes. Still about 500 miles though, the eye southeast of Nantucket, Massachusetts. Rain amounts with Jose are really not that impressive. We're looking at anywhere from 2 to 6 inches of rain. That includes the Rhode Island area. So the low is actually going to stay well east of the Delmarva Peninsula and New Jersey. But as you mentioned, Maria is what we need to get to. Upgraded to a Cat 4 with 130 mile per hour sustained winds. Now it's about the eye is about just east of the Dominica. As far as those little islands, Dominican, we're also looking at Puerto Rico and also Cuba. This is going to be tracking there by Wednesday and Thursday. Anywhere from 12 to 20 inches of rain isn't ruled out, and the newest forecast data that I'm seeing looks like by possibly this weekend and really early next week, we could be looking at the remnants of this towards the Carolinas, possibly up the eastern shore. So Maria is what we need to keep an eye on. Tropical Depression Lee, really not much going on here. It really isn't going to be impacting any islands. It should be fizzling out here for the middle part of the week. Right now, max sustained winds of 35 miles an hour. As far as rain chances go here in the Tennessee Valley, I'll have more on our local forecast and what you can expect for high school football this Friday coming up at 5:47.
Brittany, thank you. Remember, you can track all of the storms by using the WRCB Hurricane Tracker. You can find that at WRCBTV.com.
New at 5:30 today, President Trump is on the world stage. It's the first day of the United Nations General Assembly. Trump has already had a busy week.
He's meeting with world leaders ahead of his highly anticipated speech tomorrow. NBC's Blaine Alexander has it covered.
For President Trump, new territory in his home city. Back in New York today for his very first United Nations General Assembly meeting.
Reform is what we're talking about.
The president addressing the very organization he once slammed as ineffective. Today, praising it, but urging reform.
The United Nations has not reached its full potential because of bureaucracy and mismanagement.
The president, who promised to put America first, now borrowing his campaign slogan, saying he wants to make the United Nations great. This afternoon, the president sat down with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Today, a friend of mine for many years.
Their goal, Middle East peace.
We are giving it an absolute go. I think there's a good chance that it could happen.
The meetings, not just meet and greets. President Trump working to build new alliances as he looks to turn up the pressure on North Korea and Iran.
The global community is paying less attention to the tweets and actually looking at what the policy actions are of the United States.
This week, a high-stakes test for a relatively new president now taking his place on the world stage. And the White House says the president's expected message this week that UN members should work together while still looking out for themselves and maintaining a sense of accountability. Blaine Alexander, NBC News, Washington.
The parents of 21-year-old Scout Schultz are speaking out. Their child was shot and killed by Georgia Tech police last weekend. Officers found Schultz after a 911 call was placed for a person with a knife and a gun. Schultz did not have a gun, but did have a knife. It was caught by another student with a cell phone. Officers ordered Schultz to drop the knife several times. Schultz kept walking towards officers. A police officer fired, hitting Schultz, and the student later died at the hospital. Chris Stewart, an attorney representing the family, says most of the officers acted appropriately.
The other officers did a good job backing up, still talking, but one officer did not do their job. One officer, though there were 5 out there, decided to shoot Scout in the heart.
Scout Schultz was a 4th-year engineering student at Georgia Tech.
An early morning fire ripped through a furniture store in Waterbury, Connecticut. Officials say flames caused the roof and center of the building to cave in. The store has been in business for nearly 12 years. The facility is likely to be a total loss, as you see.
It did make progress for a period of time, but being a furniture store, there's a heavy fire load in there. And once everything got going, we did back the guys off for safety reasons.
No one was injured, or no one was inside that building either when the fire began.
Still ahead, sometimes you just need to hear your jam.
We'll show you which app will help you do just that. Details coming up.
Sometimes you just need to hear your jam. And
Channel 3 Eyewitness News traffic sponsored by CHI Memorial's Chattanooga Heart Institute. TAVR is the first of its kind technology for heart valve replacement without major surgery. Now that's revolutionary. Visit ChattanoogaHeart.com.
If your commute takes you I-24 eastbound, watch for heavy traffic moving from downtown to that 75. The split commute time right now is about 15 to 17 minutes. Also, Chattanooga police are working to get a couple accidents out of your way, one on 27 northbound. This is actually going to be there at the Martin Luther King Boulevard on-ramp. Also, you got an accident working Highway 153 southbound at the 75 northbound on-ramp. That accident will be on the shoulder. Just drive carefully. Watch for crews on the scene if you do head that direction. From the US 101 Information Center, it's Mo with your Eyewitness News traffic.
Thank you, Mo. One of the greatest things about a smartphone is being able to listen to music wherever you are.
But being able to hear a song you don't own whenever you want to hear it was impossible until now. Our consumer technology reporter Jamie Tucker has the story in the app of the day.
Sometimes you just need to hear your jam, and unless you pay for Spotify, Amazon Music, or Apple Music, you really have to just get lucky. But not with the app of the day. The app is called Songbot. It's a unique and genius app for anyone who wants to hear the right tune right now. It searches 90,000 radio stations across the country in some parts of the world and finds the station that's playing your song. Just enter the title or artist into Songbot, and almost instantly it tunes into a radio station somewhere that's playing it. It searches and tunes in so quickly you'll catch most of the song before it ends and the DJ starts talking. Like something just like this from the Chainsmokers and Coldplay. Songbot spots it playing on a station in El Salvador and tunes in. You can favorite the song or station to tune in again or set a sleep timer, so when the alarm goes off, the radio station is always playing your favorite song. Popular songs are almost always playing somewhere. Older songs that aren't on the air anymore, well, they're found on YouTube. Songbot also tunes into talk shows or just plays a station from somewhere around the world. How cool is that? I'm Jamie Tucker, and Songbot is the app of the day.
Well, Songbot is a $2 app for iPhones, but the Songbot app for Androids in the Google Play Store, I should say, is not the same thing.
Coming up live at 5:30, sensory kits are now on board fire engines in Chattanooga.
The kits are designed to help those with special needs in emergency situations. Find out how they work and how the program is getting national recognition next.
What the Tech is brought to you by
Gig City's only local provider of the fastest internet and sharpest HD TV, EPB Fiber Optics.
My name is Angelica Partridge. I'm a web designer and brand coach. I help female entrepreneurs build bombshell brands that sell.
Fire engines in Chattanooga now have special kits to help.
My name is Angelica Partridge. I'm a web designer and brand coach. I help female entrepreneurs build bombshell brands that sell. There's really this huge entrepreneurial wave that's happening here in Chattanooga, and the big reason behind it is because we have some of the fastest internet in the country. I do a lot of live streaming and communicating via Skype with my clients. I have clients as close as Atlanta and as far as Australia. Being able to have super reliable internet that's really fast is a huge asset for me in my business. I love my EPB fiber optics.
The Chattanooga Fire Department is taking another step to help bridge the gap between first responders and the special needs community.
This newest advancement is through special tools to help in the event of an emergency. Channel 3's Michelle Heron shows us how.
Fire engines in Chattanooga now have special kits to help in emergencies with people who have trouble communicating.
These trucks are full of things, you know, from front to back, so it had to be a small kit.
These green bags are the newest tools for Chattanooga firefighters.
Really enjoy toy cars, rolling the wheels around and playing with the wheels and things like that. Coloring obviously is a big, big issue for any child. Legos, a lot of these guys love to play with Legos, and then we have sensory things.
Designed to help people living with intellectual disabilities during emergencies. It's the next phase of the Special Needs Awareness Program, which kicked off earlier this year. Captain Skylar Phillips has trained hundreds of firefighters and other first responders, and these kits make that interaction easier.
De-escalation is what we really focus on, because there's a lot of stimulus going on. There's a lot of loud and the lots of smells and bright lights and all of this.
Phillips got the idea while speaking with a special needs teacher. With the help of the Chattanooga Firefighters Association, Phillips received the $1,000 needed to make these kits and manuals for each of the city's 26 fire engines.
A person involved in an accident in Chattanooga with disabilities has a better chance of having a positive outcome because of it, and I think that makes it all worth it.
Phillips is taking the SNAP program to the national level, where he will present it during the EMS Today conference in February. Now, you can learn more about the SNAP program by clicking on this story inside the WRCB app. Reporting in Chattanooga, I'm Michelle Heron, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Well, we had a nice day today. In fact, we reached 88 degrees here in the scenic city. As far as our forecast headlines go, I'm breaking this down. There's a small rain chance tomorrow. I put us up to 30% tomorrow during the day. It's between noon and 6 p.m. Otherwise, much of the week here we're dry. There's a small rain chance also to tell you about for Friday for high school football. I'm breaking that down in a minute. And this is what I'm seeing. The newest forecast models are indicating still above average temperatures, possibly through October 1st. Through the first few days of October. So we're going to continue to see this warm pattern. Right now coming in at Cleveland, we're at 86 degrees. It's still 88 here in Chattanooga and 84 out of Dalton. Winds remain light tonight, under 5 miles an hour. So here's our forecast lows. We're going to drop to the 50s from Murphy and from Blue Ridge, and 62 will do it for us in Dalton tonight. Tomorrow, likely going to have some fog in the morning. Dew points continue to remain high. As far as our next rain chance, the system to our west, we have a boundary, a weak cold front, and it looks like by the time it reaches the Walden Ridge area tomorrow afternoon, a lot of that's going to be falling apart. So it's for those west of I-75 that have the better rain chance tomorrow during the day. So I do want to show you our newest Vipercast, where I put in the darker green here. That's where you do have the better rain chance tomorrow. It includes Altamont and Monteagle. So here's an hour by hour breakdown of the newest Vipercast, showing right around noon that rain's starting to approach our far northwestern half. As far as the scenic city, we can see a little bit of rain by about 2 or 3 p.m. But you can see Altamont. That's where we could see about a ½ inch of rain with that. That red and orange indicates some moderate rain, maybe some lightning with that. But I'm not seeing anything organized. Once it moves past the Walden Ridge area, it kind of falls apart. So as far as tomorrow night, you should be dry. I'm not seeing any storms tomorrow evening, so any high school games that are going on or practices tomorrow evening, you should be pretty good for tomorrow night. Very small rain chances for Wednesday and Thursday. Those will all be diurnally driven, which means it'll be in our higher elevations. Once again, the Walden Ridge area after sunrise. We'll have to keep an eye on some showers, especially in our western half on Wednesday as well. Now, preliminary, looking ahead here into Friday, the first day of fall. Well, first official day of fall really Saturday Saturday, but fall begins at 4 p.m. Eastern time on Friday afternoon. But we will have to watch for some storms during the day. Now, if we get some of those storms, temperatures I think are going to be right at average, which is 82, 83 degrees. But if we remain dry, we could see some locations still in the upper 80s on Friday. So I've put us to 88 degrees. That'll do it for us. And then over the weekend, we do have a small rain chance for Saturday and Sunday. Nothing we can't handle, but certainly going to be warm and humid even into next week as well. So we're always looking ahead to the weekend, and I will have a preliminary look of Saturday and Sunday's forecast coming up in the next half hour.
Right. So just don't believe the calendar, right?
I know.
First day of fall.
Hard to believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brittany. Next, here on Live at 5:30, a local Chattanooga company has been creating fun for nearly 6 years.
Is that what fun sounds like? I don't know. The company makes some amusement park rides that are designed to keep up with the newest technology advancements. John Martin explains in this week's 3 in Your Town next.
A Chattanooga company has been manufacturing fun for nearly 6 decades.
In this week's 3 in Your Town, John Martin takes a look at the business of entertainment at Amusement Products, LLC.
Well, we're a manufacturer for what is called the family entertainment center industry. We manufacture a whole variety of products, go-karts, bumper cars, some innovative things like the Laser Fury, the Flip Zone, the new Falcon 360, to try and help generate different customers to a facility as well as generate more money for the facility.
Earl McGrath, or Dutch as he's known in the industry, is the second generation owner of Amusement Products in Chattanooga. His father started the company 56 years ago based around the business of miniature golf.
We had miniature golf courses which he owned and ran literally from Miami all the way to Southern California, and I'd fly with him in the summertime when I was at school to visit, and he would spend 2 or 3 hours talking to the manager, going over the books, whatever. I'd spend the whole time playing the miniature golf. And here I was at 6, 7, 8 years old critiquing the courses hole by hole to my dad on what worked, what didn't, what made it more interesting.
Family entertainment centers were king for years, but advancements in home video games and home computers started taking a bite out of business. So Dutch and the folks at Amusement Products challenged themselves to introduce something new and something more advanced year after year.
What we started doing was trying to have what we call more immersive experiences in what we're doing. With the innovative side, you've got to continually develop and advance and refine your product, because there's always somebody going, ooh, that's neat, I'll try and do that too. So when they bring it the next year to compete with you, hopefully you've created something even more exciting that'll say, okay, well that's good, but now we're here. It's a lot of work, but it's been very beneficial to the company.
This facility on East Brainerd Road ships their Chattanooga products to countries all across the world.
All the metal fabrication, all the welding, the assembly work, electronics, both board design, software design, firmware design as they call it, all that's being done here in Chattanooga with a whole variety of innovation that goes along with that.
But you don't have to attend a trade show to see these new attractions. You don't have to travel to a park on the other side of the country. In fact, not even the other side of the county.
It's kind of a hidden secret of Chattanooga, but our facility here, which is called Serguni's, is a prototype facility. All the first pitching machines which we patented were there. The electric go-karts are there. The Laser Fury is there. The flip zone is there. The spin zone is there. You know, a lot of the stuff that are never seen anywhere else in the world is here.
It's all right here in your town.
To that I say, who knew?
You just don't know things. Yeah, sometimes you find out. Still ahead, we'd like you to meet Juno.
And Greg will help you find out how you can get our pet of the week and give her a nice home.
If you want a curious dog, Juno is for. Juno, come back here a little bit. Look, now look up there. You can see your face. Part boxer, part brindle, 10 months old. Just sweet, making friends with everybody here in the studio. This is Paul's pet this week, and you can find more information. Look, now, are you seeing yourself? She's doing a little shedding now. She doesn't realize that she will need that fur come the cold months of winter, but for these last few weeks of summer temperatures, she's going to be fine. Come back this way a little bit. Oh, she's not. Okay, sit down for a minute. There we go. Look, can you see her face? HESchat.com is the website where you can get more information. HESchat.org, I should say. It's behind my shoulder there. You can get more information about the adoption process. I think Juno wants to roam around the studio for just a minute, so we might let her do that. But check out Juno and her friends and maybe give Juno a new home. I think she'd like to help you exercise. She sure would like to help me exercise, but I have another show to do. Cindy?
Craig, thanks. After 8 months living on a remote Hawaii volcano, 6 NASA-backed researchers left their Mars-like habitat on yesterday. The crew of 4 men and 2 women were quarantined below the summit, the world's largest active volcano. Back in January, they were housed in a small 1,200 square foot dome. The mission to understand the psychological effects a long-term manned mission to space would have on astronauts. They wore specially designed sensors that gauged their moods and proximity to other people. The sensors monitored their voice levels and could even sense if crew members were trying to avoid each other. The project is the fifth in a series of 6 NASA-funded studies at the University of Hawaii facility. And
yes,
Pizza Hut.
Yes, you have my attention.
Taking delivery to a whole new level.
Not just a pepperoni pie, but the whole restaurant is on the road. You see it. It's the original Pizza Hut building, and it's being moved to a new home on the Wichita State University campus in Kansas. It'll be turned into a museum to highlight the